Hey everyone, welcome back to the series. If you've been following along, you know that we've been going over body, spirit and mind. Today we're on the third video, which covers the mind, and then we can break off onto some little extras and tidbits on how to improve life using the three pillars now that we've delved in and learnt about all of them. So we've talked about the body, which is, your actual physical vessel and the strength that goes behind that. And we've talked about the spirit, which is you being in touch with how you feel and what motivates you and moves you forwards, and if there's a spiritual connection there. And now we're moving into what I consider to be the forge of growth, the mind. This is what ties everything together, and all of your experiences can come together and help each other grow. Because no matter how strong your body is or how connected you are to your spirit, the mind steers the ship. It's where discipline comes from. It's where it learns, adapts, and connects to everything that goes around you in life. And in all honesty, it's probably where either your learning will make you or make you decay. Now, most people, the moment that they either finish school or training, they sort of just think that they're done. They mentally check out. They don't want to push forwards on and continue wasting their time learning new things when they can go and be doing other things. I was once in that mindset as well, leaving school, where, woohoo, everything's done. I'm a free adult. And oh boy, how wrong I was. So the mind is like a muscle, and just like any muscle, if you stop working it out, it will atrophy, which means that it decreases in its efficiency, or essentially gets smaller. And learning doesn't just fill your brain with facts, it actually rewires neural pathways. It makes you more focused, have a better memory. And the best part for us is it also is where your resilience comes from. It has been shown that people who keep learning, whether it's a new language, a hobby, or a trade, report greater life satisfaction and emotional balance. Because the more you learn, the more you understand. The more you understand, the calmer and more capable you become. You're less reactive, you plan better, and you think clearer. Now let's make something very clear. It's not just books that are what's going to improve your mind, despite what every single other influencer on the internet says. Yes, they help. I always recommend books because it teaches patience, focus, and in all honesty these days, is probably the closest thing that most people who think meditation is a bit of woohoo get to meditation. Everyone has their own way of learning, and reading is a great way, but it's not for everyone. And that's okay. Some people like doing things such as their hobbies, practicing their craft, like physically doing something, and others prefer to either watch or listen just passively in the background while doing some other tasks so that they can learn while they're doing something else. So honestly, you can learn through multiple ways. It can be something as simple as watching a YouTube tutorial while doing something, listening to a podcast on your drive to work, even learning from your own mistakes. The trick is to just stay curious. You always want to be figuring out what the next best thing is. For instance, in my spare time, if I'm bored and have nothing to do, I've got a Sudoku app on my phone. It's just a quick little refresher, keep the brain active while doing nothing. I've always believed that learning is one of the purest forms of self-respect. When you choose to keep learning, you're saying to yourself, I'm worth investing in. You're not content just to exist, you want to expand. And here's the truth, the more you know, the more capable you become of building the life that you want. You start to see connections between things. You can plan ahead and make better choices, and understand people, including yourself, on a deeper level. Learning becomes more than just an activity, it becomes a mindset, a habit, a philosophy of life. I think that one of the biggest reasons that people feel either lost or unfulfilled is because they've stopped progressing. They'll go to work, drive home, either just listening to music or, with nothing, just going through the motions of driving through traffic. They get home, they scroll, sleep, repeat. And it's not that that life is bad. I mean, if you didn't enjoy it, you probably wouldn't do it, but it's just there's stagnation, there's nothing to improve on with that process. The mind craves challenge, it needs novelty. It wants to be stimulated, not just entertained. When you start learning again, whether it's a craft or a skill, a bit of philosophy, or even something small like cooking a new recipe, it reignites part of your brain that says, I'm alive. It gives you purpose, structure, and confidence, and that naturally starts improving your mental health. Personally, I like two applications to learning. One's active, one's passive. The active is just obviously reading a book, studying something I'm interested in, whether it's like continuing knowledge on mechanics or, philosophy or learning new code. And the passive is more so, when I'm at work listening to a podcast or listening to a podcast on the way to work or watching a video in the background while doing the cleaning around the house. Something of that sort to just keep the brain active and continuously learning. Even if you zone out, you get little snippets here and there that you can go back on and look back into later. Passive learning can even be something as simple as you messed up throughout the day and you just sit there and you reflect on it at the end of the day to make sure that you can do better next time. That's still a form of learning. And look, you don't even have to spend all your time on it. It doesn't take hundreds of hours. Pick something that you enjoy and spend 10 minutes on that throughout the day. So for example, pick a topic, watch a video on it, documentary, a tutorial on how to do something. Just pick to one thing, and as long as you stick to that one thing over time, you're going to progressively learn over the period of time about how it works, how you can do it, how it functions, and then there's your knowledge band. It's coming back together. Learning can just be as simple as having a one-sentence reflection at the end of the day about a topic that you were looking at for, even if you only got 5 minutes. You're still reflecting on that topic, which writing anything down will ingrain it in your brain better. 100%. If you write it out in text, it's okay. But writing it out on a piece of paper and you mentally having to do, even if it's on autopilot, you mentally doing those pen strokes or whatever you call them, will end up giving you a benefit at the end of the day. And that's it. That's growth. That's momentum. You're now moving forwards. There's a quote from a Stoic philosopher, "Only the educated are free." That was said by Epictetus, and he's not talking just about school. He means that knowledge gives you freedom from ignorance, from impulsiveness, from being trapped in the same loops. And Odin once said in the Harbor Mile, "A wise man is not boastful of his wisdom, but ever seeking it." This hits deep because what it means is that you're not bragging about what you do know. You're actually humble enough to understand that you will never know it all and to continue searching for it, even though you'll never get it all. The mind is a forge, and you can either heat it every day or let it just sit there to rust. The choice is yours on which one you want it to be. So here's my challenge for you. Before you sleep tonight, ask yourself, what did I learn today? It doesn't have to be profound. It could be about someone that you spoke to, something you read, or something you realized about yourself. Because every small lesson compounds into wisdom over time. Keep your mind active, keep it humble, keep it hungry. Because when your body, spirit, and mind work in harmony, that's when you truly start living with a purpose. That's all I've got for the video today, guys, and thank you for watching the first 3 episodes. Hopefully that gives an insight into what this channel's main priority focus is going to be about. I'm looking forward to continuously posting videos. I've been a bit rough with the posting times, just whether I'm busy or not, but I'll try and keep it to that 2-week consistency as much as I possibly can. Thanks for watching.